Hey guys, it's Alex, your nationwide resource for all things real estate, and today I wanted to talk to you about how to decide on a real estate agent. Now, a real estate agent isn't just somebody that helps sell your home. There's somebody that's helping you make probably the largest financial transaction that you'll make in your life, unless you do it again, in which case you're going to go through it all over again. So it's really important you find somebody that you can put your trust in to represent you, that's going to take that fiduciary responsibility to you extremely seriously. Whether you're buying or selling, the real value that a real estate agent is going to bring to you is the ability to assertively and expertly negotiate on your behalf. A real estate agent needs to know how to negotiate, but also when to start pressing the other party. So you really want a real estate agent that knows that difference between being assertive and being aggressive when they really need to make sure that you get the best bang for your buck. So if you were to do a simple Google search of real estate agents in your area looking for buyer's agents, seller's agents, teams, whatever, large brokerages, boutique brokerages, there are a lot of options floating around out there. And it's difficult to cut through the chaff, but it actually becomes a lot more simple if you're able to dial in a pretty simple interview process. Now, I happen to operate on what I call the rule of three, and that is if I narrow it down to three candidates, that's really all I need if I've done my homework on their online presence, their reviews, what other people have said about them. And then also, if they've been referred to me, I also have another level of vetting with somebody that I know has gone through a transaction. So it really narrows it down and it makes the interview process very, very easy. And it comes down to just a few simple questions. So the first question I generally ask is how many years they've been in real estate. That kind of establishes how steady of a footing and foundation that they have in the business to know how to negotiate, what the current laws are for your county and state, what inspections that you'll need, and really if they have a network of contractors, lenders, inspectors, all those things that you will need in order to go from beginning to end through your transaction with as few hiccups as possible. The next thing I ask is how many transactions that real estate professional is doing per year. And that gives me an idea of how familiar they are with doing negotiations on a regular basis, and whether or not they're really an expert in their field. If I come across somebody that's doing, 2 or 3 transactions a year, I'm going to be a little bit wary, just because I don't see a lot of experience there. So that kind of talks to how efficient that they are and how seriously that they take the business. Next on the list is how many clients they're actively representing right now. The reason that's important is that you want somebody who can balance a workload, but you don't want somebody that's stretched so thin that you're not going to be able to get the time of day. You want somebody that's going to be able to respond to your needs quickly and resolve anything right on the spot if possible. So that's the reason that one's in my top 5. Next on my list is how much of your business comes through referrals. Now you might ask, why is this important? Well, honestly, that gives you a very good indicator and sort of barometer of how well they're treating their clients and how well they're representing their clients. The fact that they're getting repeat business or their past clients referring new business to them means that they're treating people right and they're really getting the job done. And then as an incidental to that, can you provide references? This is something that a lot of people don't ask, and they really should, because if somebody says that they're getting repeat business and referral business, it would be great to be able to talk to some of those past clients to find out how well they were actually represented. And lastly, but not least, how much do you charge for your commission rate? Now, a lot of people don't even really think to ask this because they think that it's a set rate, but some agents charge more, some agents charge less. Now, if you're dealing with high volume agents that really know what they're doing, they're great negotiators, great reputations, they may charge a little bit more, but you're going to get the best bang for your buck on your house. So paying a little extra on commission might mean that you're saving money when you're buying or you're getting extra money when you're listing. So these are all things to balance out. Now keep in mind, there's a reason that I recommend you interview 3 people. You just want to know what your options are. And at the end of the day, you really just need to go with your gut. Who is it that you really jive with that has a good track record that you think is going to be able to represent you equitably during the sale or purchase of your home? So what this ideal real estate agent looks like is an agent that's doing 50 to 60 transactions a year in an average market. They're doing probably $8 to $12 million in commissionable sales. They've been in the business at least 5 years. Now I say 5 years, that might not sound that long, but at the end of the day, if they're in the business longer than 3 years, they're doing those sorts of numbers. That means that they're doing a really excellent job taking care of people. And when it comes to these types of services, it's not necessarily who's been doing it the longest, it's who does it the best, simply stated. Now, if they're doing all of this, and the icing on the cake is that they're doing most of their business by referral, which means that they're not chasing down leads. You know, that they're not cold calling every day. They're just working with people that they know, that trust them. That really means that you've got a kick-ass real estate agent that's going to be able to represent you well. So the last thing I'll leave you with is just that when you are selecting a real estate agent, understand they are independent contractors, right? They're not an employee. If anything, they work for you. So just realize that when you're interviewing, make sure that you're establishing that this is somebody who's really going to work for you on your behalf to take care of you. Well, thanks for watching. I really appreciate your time. And remember, if you or anybody else you know would be interested in the type of services that I provide to locate solid professional real estate agents, I'm never too busy to help and never too busy for your referrals.